All right, let's get started. Sit up. Maxo. Maxo yame. Shomani. Hey. Akane. Hey. Warm up. Okay, dropping in place. Get some blood moving. So this class, we'll be working on shoulder mechanics, which is kind of focusing on what the shoulder does when you're doing techniques, left or forward. So the idea is obviously shoulder's part of the torso, but it does move on its own in slight ways. You want to make sure we're doing it correctly, right foot forward. So, there's this, up and down, the hiking and dropping, side to side. And then there's the pitching in, the pulling back. Obviously, you don't want too much of those, but you're going to have that feeling of that happening somewhere or another. Okay, left ankle around. So I'm gonna call it shoulders, but really it's posture. Because if you have like bad shoulders and bad posture, reverse your feet. You're gonna have bad techniques. You don't have good core strength. Okay, knee. Really strong, broad shoulders, sometimes associated with good posture. The side. So that's what we're looking for, is how the shoulders contribute to the power of the technique. Right foot, ankle around. It's kind of subtle, but you'll notice it if your shoulders move around too much. Reverse. Knee. And hip. Feet apart, hips around. Reverse. Shoulders. Reverse. Oh, that should warm your shoulders up. Arms around. Reverse. Crossing. Palms up. Over your shoulders. And twisting. Left foot bent, right foot straight, both feet flat. Right ankle up. Hips forward. Elbows to the floor. And lean back. Other side. Both feet flat. Left ankle up, hips forward. Elbows to the floor. And lean back. Stand up, head up and down. Left to right. Ear to shoulder. And around. reverse, and shake it out. Around straight your gi. Okay, so let's start off with the basic techniques in SHIZEN-TAI, and then we'll work up. So for this one, I actually want you to do speed, just to figure out, get the feeling what it is on the strength. A lot of these things with the shoulder really don't come out until you actually start dealing with power. So we're gonna start fast. Okay, so first off, SHIZEN-TAI, left hand out. Let's do choku-zuki shoot-on, okay? Speed and power each one. Ready? Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju, age-uke. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju, soto-uke. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju, gedan barai. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju, shuto-uke, left and right. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju. Come on. Okay, so in SHIZEN-TAI, you don't get much hip or shoulder movement. So the thing we focus on when you're doing techniques in SHIZEN-TAI, just how your elbow is moving. Are your elbows scraping when you're doing choku-zuki? Are your elbows going up when you're doing soto-uke and coming around? Are your elbows actually coming inside as opposed to coming out? Those kind of things. You know, we're focused on where the elbow, that's what we're looking for. When you get into stance, hips and shoulders get to move. So here, you probably felt a little restrained, especially soto-uke, where you kind of facing front. It's kind of hard. Everyone wanted to turn. So here, in stance, you get to turn. So again, let's do this in ZENKUTSU-DACHI. Same techniques. The only difference is with shuto-uke, obviously we'll switch to kokotsu-dachi. So everything else, left foot forward, ZENKUTSU-DACHI, right? Okay, so just one technique at a time, each time reset. So first one, just gyaku-zuki. Okay, just reset with your left hand out. Okay, ready? Speed and power. Okay. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju. Front hand, soto-uke. Reset with your hand in the yaku position. Ready? Soto-uke, middle block. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, look, sich, hach, kyu, ju. Okay, again, front hand, kizami-zuki jodan. Ich, ni, sam, chi. I'm gonna do a shoot on just so my shoulder is visible against the red line. Go. Look. switch, hatch, 2, 2. Age-uke, rising block. Ready? Front hand. Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Gedan barai, again front hand. Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. ZENKUTSU-DACHI, shuto-uke. So start each time in shuto-uke, bring it back, always your shoulder, then strike. Ready? Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Then shake it out. So the funny thing about doing punches and blocks over and over and over, your arms get so tired you have no choice but to use your torso. Just matter of physics. Sometimes you just sit there and punch 100 times, but punches 101 to 200 all of a sudden have demonstrably easier technique because you stop trying to use your arms. You start using your torso. So, okay, other side. Let's burn those arms in. So gyaku-zuki. Gyaku-zuki first, left hand punching. Ready? Let's go gyaku-zuki and Shudan, and same thing for kizami-zuki, Shudan. Ready? Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Okay. Front hand, soto-uke. Ready? Itch, knee, thumb, front hand, right hand, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Okay. Same hand, front hand, front leg, kizami-zuki, Shudan. I want to see what the shoulder is for each of you. Ready? Starting gyaku-zuki, hand out. Switch hand, Gonzalo. Yeah, there we go. Ready? Kizami-zuki, Shudan. Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Right hand, age-uke, rising block. Itch, knee, thumb, she, go, hook, switch, hatch, 2, 2. Gedan barai, front hand. Itch, knee, thumb, she, Go. Up. Switch. Touch. Two. Two. Okay. Right foot forward, choku-zuki. Same thing, starting choku-zuki, starting shuto, finishing shuto. Okay. Each time striking. Okay. Each knee. Some. Shi. Go. Up. Switch. Touch. Two. Ju. Now, relax. So the cover picture for the event I posted on Facebook is actually out of Dynamic Karate again. And it's funny, in the very last page, there's these, I mean, they're not anatomically perfect, but they outline, this page 300 and 301 out of like 303 pages. They're not perfect, but they anatomically outline like what the major muscles are. So when I first saw this, I thought, oh, those are the muscles you attack, like the pressure points. No, this is me being brown belt buying this book. No, these are not attack points. These are like what muscles there are in the human body. And I was thinking, why would you need to know all that? Well, again, karate is, about how the human body moves. So in chapter 8, so in most of the book, but in particularly chapter 8, I think is probably most bang for the buck for this lesson. They outline like, how different blocking techniques work, and they give the best practices. But more importantly, sometimes what they do is they give Nakayama-sensei, he'll give anti-patterns. Things, oh, this is not what you do. So it's funny how a few pictures ago, it shows, hey, that's rising block. And obviously for demonstration of the picture, I doubt his shoulder and torso were exactly those same positions as he's doing the technique. But I like to think that he has a very strong torso and everything stays there. But what I find most interesting is these flight paths. Hey, the elbow's coming out for soto-uke, coming in, and other things, for example, for this one, age-uke. This is what I see a lot. In this picture for age-uke right here, it looks like he's trying to smell his armpit. Way too high. So if I were to do that, so this red line is approximately where my neck is, okay? So that would be equivalent to me bringing my arm up and then my shoulder going to the level of my chin. It's a little too open. And that's not just open in terms of being attacked. It's open in the sense that you're no longer really connected here. You're not using this muscle at all. But if you bring it down and try to seat your shoulder, I think it's called a tertius major. I'm not sure. Tertius something. It's a real flat muscle. You kind of compress that. Almost the same feeling when you're trying to pull your draw hand back, kind of compressing this right here. Then, if something hits you, your arm just won't buckle. It's actually connected to your torso. In this case here, you can kind of see the red line behind my neck right here. But if I were to raise above, my shoulder obscures that. Okay. So the idea is when you do rising block, you stop at a point where your arm, before it leaves your body. So that's one of the anti-patterns, and we'll do some exercises today to try to isolate that and prevent that anti-pattern. Okay. So first one is gyaku-zuki. Okay. So again, we're doing gyaku-zuki, straight punching. Okay. I see a lot of people really power through the gyaku-zuki. Okay. But what's more important is you keep your arm connected to your body. So here's how I'm going to do it. So left leg forward, gyaku-zuki, left leg forward, punching right hand, gyaku-zuki. What I want you to do is take your left hand, put it on your chest, not on your shoulder, but just below your shoulder, okay? So enough so that you can kind of pinch your elbow down. So you punch gyaku-zuki, except your draw hand is now connected to your body, okay? So as you start feeling your arm start pinching up here, when your elbow kind of passes your torso and your pectoral, pull your jaw hand elbow close to your body. So don't do this, and keep your elbow out. Make sure this arm is tight. So you have a tight, compressed chest when you hit something. Okay, so you're really cranking down. Okay, as much as you're throwing your right hand out there, you're cranking your left elbow into your body. You're digging it into your, not your hip bone obviously, but digging into your side. Okay, that's gonna be your draw hand. Tying your shoulders to your torso. rather than letting your arms just fly, okay? So let's do 10 slow and then 10 with speed, okay? So again, left hand just below the shoulder, okay? So not covering, just below, right hand punching the gyaku-zuki, okay? Again, get the speed. The moment you start feeling your arm passing, tighten up. That's your draw hand. Ready? 10 medium speed. Itch. Knee. Some. Shi. Pull that elbow tight, Gonzalo. Go. Look. Wrap it. Yeah, there you go. Sich. Hachi. There we go. Q. Yeah. Q. Okay. Same feeling. When you punch, lock it down. Speed and power. You have that tight torso, connected arm. Ready? Speed. Itch. Knee. Some. Chi. Go. Up. Teach. Touch. Tight, tight, tight. Q. Q. Regular draw hand. Itch. Knee. Pull it tight. Some. She. Keep your shoulders low. Go. Up. Teach. Hatch. Q. Q. Good. Keeping the shoulders tight, keeping it tight to the body. You're not just throwing your arm back as much as you're trying to cement another 10, 15, maybe 30 pounds into your torso. Okay. Consider that counterweight to when you hit them. Okay. Other leg, right leg forward. Okay. So let's start off with speed. So if you got it with the right hand across your chest, not touching your shoulder, left hand punching the gyaku-zuki. Okay. Again, try to get that speed right away. Try to really cement the speed and pull the power in with your right elbow, digging into your kidneys. Ready? Itch. Pull tight. Knee. Thumb. Chi. Go. Rotate back a little more, Robin. Sich. There we go. Hutch. Full range of your torso. Q. Q. Okay. Two hands. Draw hand with your right hand. Ready? Itch. Pull it tight. Knee. Same feeling. Thumb. Q. Go. Up. Teach. Hatch. Q. Q. So when you hear me kia, it's not because I'm yelling with my throat. I'm squeezing my diaphragm and something's coming out of my mouth. Okay. Of course, it's embellished a little bit, but the idea is you're squeezing your torso so much that air has no choice but to escape out your mouth. Okay, so next technique, soto-uke. Okay, this one's a little hard with the arm coming around and all that. Okay, while it does help understand, hey, where your shoulder is, you don't want your shoulder you want your shoulders for the most part in a plane when they move. What you don't want is like one shoulder's kind of pitching in, hanging in there. So, but it's kind of hard to do this here. So what we're going to do here is take the non-punching hand and put it across your belt in the back. Okay. So when you're blocking, you can't leave this arm forward. You kind of have to stiffen your back up. And if you stiffen your back up, your shoulders stay in line. So when I'm blocking, I'm going to put my feet on a plane here. My shoulders are pretty much in a line, not here. Okay. I want to block in a way that puts my shoulders for the most part in a line. Okay. So if you pitch your arm too far forward, you lose connection with the back. You leave it behind, which no one does. It has no power. You drop it. So the idea is bring it across and stiffen your back. Okay. You have your fist on your spine or slightly across your spine. You have no choice but to pull the shoulder back. Okay, so, okay, let's be fair to the other side. Let's start with the right leg forward, left hand behind. Okay, just so we get even number of reps on both sides. So right hand blocking. Okay, no speed, no power. Start Maya, shoulders forward, and end up Hamni, which shows an angle. Okay, so again, remember, pull that left shoulder back. Okay, no speed, no power. Let's work with some form first. Okay, soto-uke, ready? Itch. Try to keep your shoulders in plane. Knee. Some. Shi. Pull the shoulders back, Robin. Go. Try to pinch your bones in the back. Look. Sich. Here we go. Hutch. Good. Q. Q. Okay. And this time, same thing, speed. When this arm turns forward, I should see this rear hand disappear from view. Okay, just like when you draw hand, yanking it back, same thing here. Yank it back. Okay. Ready? Speed. Itch. Knee. Pull your back together. Some. She. Go. Look. Sich. Hutch. Q. Q. Two hands. Ready? Speed. Itch. Knee. Pull. Some. Pull back. Sich. Pull with your back. Go. Hutch. Sich. There we go. Hutch. Q. Q. Good. So again, shoulders, when you apply power, where you apply power, kind of shows where your posture is. So if you have weak techniques, the shoulders tend not to move. Your strong techniques, the shoulders are bolted onto your torso. Okay. I try to keep my shoulders above my hips for the most part all along, which means if my hips are rotating fast, that means my shoulders must rotate fast with it. Okay. Sometimes there's extra, like, 1.5, 2 feet for some people. There's a lag called the spine. Don't let that happen. Let the muscles that bind the spine pull and twist you. There we go. There we go, Gonzalo. See that? Small movements all together. Okay. Left leg forward. Okay. Left hand, soto-uke, right hand behind the back. Let's go straight to power. Okay. Ready? Itch. Knee. Come. She. Go. Look. Your belt should move naturally. Switch. Touch. Q. Q. Two hands. Itch. Knee. Pull that back together. Thumb. Q. Go. Look. Harder, Aleph. Switch. Touch. There we go. Q. Q. Come here. Okay. So, one of the hard parts of exercise, and you can't not do this, when you kind of have your hand behind your back, sometimes your belt's going to tip up a little. That's just because you're squeezing your back, and you call yourself through that. So for kizami-zuki, when we do it slightly different. Hand on neck. Okay. So for this one, oh jeez, it's sweaty. For this one, for kizami-zuki, keep your hand in your neck. But obviously, this is not kizami-zuki. That's choku-zuki. Kizami-zuki, half body. So again, squeezing your back. Pinch your back together when you do this, okay? So just like when you do kizami-zuki here, you wouldn't do it like that. You would pull your back away just as fast as you're throwing your shoulder into technique, okay? So this one, let's start with the right leg forward. Kizami-zuki, or actually no, sorry. Since we started with the right hand the other time, we'll start with the left hand this time. Okay. Front hand kizami-zuki. So, hand behind your neck, right hand behind your neck, left hand. So starting Maya, ending Hamni. So for this exercise, because I want you to see my shoulders that are staying below this red line and not hiking up and coming down, I'm gonna punch Shudan. But if you wanna punch Shudan, that's fine. Just don't let your shoulders come up. Okay? Keep your shoulders down. Okay, again, 10, no speed, no power. Getting the feeling of swinging his arm back. Ready? Itch. Knee. Again, you're trying to take your elbow out of my view. Sam. Shi. Go. Roku. Suchi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. So Sergey, since you joined us, we're just keeping the draw hand behind our neck just to make sure our shoulders move when we do kizami-zuki. Okay. So let's go to speed now. Remember, don't leave your elbow there when you're punching. Pull it back. Okay. If anything, try to get your elbow behind your head. Okay. So I have my elbow straight out to my side, not in front. So again, if I have my elbow off the side, that means I'm pulling my back. If I have it in front of me, that means I'm pulling my torso. So the idea is you want to stretch your back out. Keep the shoulder, keep it behind you. Okay? You can't, I understand, I have terrible posture too. My left arm is not going to do so well doing this. So again, start Maya, end up Hamni. Okay, speed and power. Remember, yank that arm back just like you would your draw hand. Ready? Left hand, kizami-zuki. Sergey, switch feet. Kizami-zuki. Yeah, there we go. Ready? It's. E. Some. She. Go. Keep your knee straight, Sergey. Look. Keep your knee pointed to me. Teach. Hatch. Q. Q. Okay. Two hands, like we're punching kizami-zuki. Yank that arm back. Itch. Knee. Some. Yank it back. See. Go. Up. Teach. Hatch. Q. Q. Switch feet. Same thing, speed and power. Arm up. Right hand kizami-zuki, left hand fake draw hand. Ready? Speed and power. Itch. E. Thumb. She. Go. Up. Teach. Hatch. Two hands, never. Pull the arm back, but you're really pulling your shoulder back. Ready? Right hand kizami-zuki. Itch. He. Harder, Elif. Thumb. Not around, Elif. Straight back. Hatch. Go. Up. Teach. Hatch. Eyes on target, Francisco. Q. There we go. Q. All right. Okay, so we did gyaku-zuki with the hand in front. We did kizami-zuki. I'm sorry, kizami-zuki with the hand behind and the neck. And we did soto-uke with the arm low. So next one is going to be gedan. Sorry, which one is it? Age-uke, rising block. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to have you keep your hand in front, just like gyaku-zuki. And for this one, what you're feeling for is making sure when you finish technique, your pectoral is tied. Not way up here where, you know, this is soft right now. You know, it's no longer connected to my torso. Yeah, I threw my arm, you know, up, you know, which is great for a long distance strike or hit something, but it's not great when you're actually having something pounding down on you and you have to brace. So by the time you finish technique, make sure you feel a tense muscle here. If you don't feel tense, it probably means your elbow is too far out, okay? So again, you're blocking, your arm needs to be part of your body. You can't just block your arm, you block with your body. Okay, so we started with left hand last time. This time we'll start with right hand. Okay, so again, left hand across your chest, not on the shoulder, but just inside. So kind of where the, I guess, where between the collarbone and your armpit. I'm sorry, between the neck and your armpit. Somewhere in that area. That's where your pectoral is going to stop, and you know, you're going to feel the connection. It may not be your pectoral, maybe something else that connects your shoulder, but you're going to feel a tension right here. If it's loose, too high. If it's tense, that means you're cemented. Okay, so let's do no speed, no power initially. Just get the feeling. So again, starting Maya, ending Handi. Okay, don't let your arm fly out. Okay, ready? Ich, ni. Turn your shoulders out of. Sam, shi, go, look, sich, hach, ju, ju. Remember, rising block doesn't come out and up. It stays in, stays in, stays in, stays in, then goes up. Okay, this is Mawasuki. This is Jodan Mawasuki. Age-uke, this blue line, my elbow should never cross. Not this. Okay. Keep it tight. Okay. I feel like age-uke is like an uppercut that turns into a block. Okay. So now, same thing, speed and power. Keep it tight. Don't let your arm fly out. Right hand blocking. Ich, knee. Tie to your back. Sam. Chi. Turn your shoulders, Robin. Go. There we go. Look. Teach. Touch. Two. Two. Two hands, same feeling. Tie it together. Ich. Don't let it go too far. Knee. Thumb. Chi. Go. Don't let your elbow too high. Look. Teach. Touch. Two. Two. So I forgot that most of your cameras are below your waist, so that looks like your elbows are going too high sometimes. That's not your fault. That's a trick of the angle. I have mine at shoulder height, so I got an extra foot on the camera angle from you guys. So I was like, man, everyone's doing the same thing over and over. And I went, oh no, that's a camera angle. So now, left hand blocking. Okay. So again, start with your right hand across your chest. Don't let your arm extend too much. It may be tense extended, but it's still soft. If it's tense because it's compressed, that means there's structure. Okay. So if you raise it too high, like literally my elbow is as high as a picture frame, this is all soft. My elbow is underneath the picture frame. I actually have some tension there and it's connected to my body. So disconnected, connected, disconnected, connected. So my general rule is don't let your elbow go above your ear. Your elbow's above your ear, you're blocking, oh, okay, sorry. This is my head height. So here, My elbow is just above my ear height. My elbow is above my ear, literally above my head. That's a completely disconnected block. Okay. That's not what you want. This is what you want. Okay. Left hand, speed and power. Right hand on your chest. Ready? Okay. Remember, keep it connected. You should be able to feel it. Itch. Knee. Thumb. Chi. Go. Hook. Keep your open hand on your chest, okay? Hook. Teach. Touch. Two. Two. Speed and power. 2 hands. Ready? Same feeling. Keep the shoulder tight. Itch. Knee. Pull back with that jaw hand. Thumb. Chi. Go. Hook. Teach. Touch. Two. Two. Okay. So for all those techniques, your elbow and shoulder, for the most part, we're moving together. You know, when you're punching choku-zuki, your elbow and shoulder go forward. When you're in soto-uke, your elbow and shoulder go forward. When you're in age-uke, your elbow and shoulder go forward. So, gedan barai. What's the difference between how the elbow and shoulder move? Do they move together? On pantomime, what's happening? Yeah, counter rotation. So my hip, in this case, is rotating counterclockwise. My elbow and my hand are rotating clockwise. Okay, so this one's a little different. So interestingly, same feeling at the very end. So not just throwing your arm down, so not just throwing your arm down, but pulling your back together. So the scapula, these 2 bones right here, sometimes people call them chicken wings. You feel like they're pulling together. So not just dropping your arm, but cementing your back to it. Okay, so again, we're gonna put the hand behind again to get that feeling again of locking our back up. Okay, so again, try not to tip your hip forward. It's hard to do, but when you have your hand behind your back, that tends to happen if you squeeze your shoulder too much. So pull your shoulder back. So as you're doing this, try to bring your shoulder away from you. So let's start. Did we start left hand last time? Okay, you know what? Let's start right hand this time. So right hand gedan barai, left hand behind your back. Open, close, doesn't matter. Just make sure you feel what your shoulder's doing. Don't let your shoulder dip. Don't do this. Pull your shoulder back. Okay, so start maya, finish handi. Okay, right? Itch, speed and power. Knee, pull your back together. Thumb, chi, go. Remember, start maya, finish handi. Look, sich, hutch. Keep your knee straight, so okay. Q. There we go. Ju. Okay, 2 hands. Remember, yank that back. Pull your bones into your spine. Ready? Itch. Knee. Thumb. Chi. Knee straight, so okay. Go. Hook. Sich. Hutch. 2. 2. Switch feet. Same thing. Right hand behind your back, left hand blocking. Start maya, finish handi. Ready? Speed and power. Left hand blocking. Itch. Knee. Reset the Maya each time, Robin. Straightforward. Yeah, reset here each time. Some. Sheep. Go. Hold it back. Look. Your belt should move just as much as you do when your hands move, because your torso is driving your belt, not this. You're not swiping your belt with your hand. It's your torso that moves it. Ready? Go. Up. Knee straight, Sergey. Switch. Hachi. Two. Two. Okay, speed and power. Ready? Hitch. Pull those shoulders together. Knee. Large posture. Some. There we go. Chi. Focus on the back, not the arms. Go. Hook. Sushi. Hachi. Yame. All right. So similar technique attires with shuto-uke. I'm sorry, a shuto-uke, where you bring your back together. For shuto-uke, having your hand here doesn't really work as well. But if you have your kind of a teapot, then you have to move your shoulder and your elbow together. You know, compress, expand. That's one way to do it. Because you actually compress your shoulders quite a bit. For shuto-uke, you bring your shoulders together when you cross your hands, then come across. And same thing with age-uke. Soto-uke, everything moves together. Gedan barai, there's a little bit of a tuck up, not as much. For age-uke, you're crossing low. Okay, so having a hand behind here just doesn't work. That one, I tried a few times, I couldn't figure out how to get that to work. But the general idea is, so I call this class shoulder mechanics. I think most of you have figured out right now, it's about how your hikate works, how your draw hand works on the other side of your spine. So not just my arm going out, my arm doing something, but both sides of my body tying the technique and the other half of my weight to my spine. So in addition to these techniques, single arm techniques, there's a lot of double hand techniques in karate. So who can show me a double hand technique that technically does not have a draw hand? From anyone to kata. What's a technique that uses both hands simultaneously? Nope. Juju, come on. Okay. So some people say that this is gedan barai and gedan-zuki. So obviously there's no draw hand here, but you can't do this. That's the worst thing I see when someone does gedan, a hand go down. So again, you have to keep both draw hands still back. You have to keep your back connected. Don't let both arms, because you're going forward, disconnect your back. Still connect the spine. So that's in hand go down, as well as the jion. Okay, what's another double hand technique? Wedge block. Okay. Well, this one's wedge block from hand yandan, but this is using other techniques as well. So this one's wedge block is technically knuckles up. This one is thumbs up. Okay. So again, that would not work. In fact, if you try to pull someone apart, you try to pull your arms apart and try to resist some weight with your shoulders forward, that's not going to work. You pull with your back. So there's no draw hand, but again, still that feeling. This is the technique. This is the draw hand. Same time, this is the technique. This is the draw hand. So again, using your back is another way of saying use your draw hand. Any other techniques, double hand? Okay. Hand sandan, 3 and 4. So, age-uke, gedan, barai. So, in fact, it's very clear when a student does this. Okay, straight spine. Okay, straight spine. Don't let it drop. A robin, rising block, X block. So we do this. You see this in our hand, gedan, rising block. Obviously, you don't want to pitch forward because if you hit something, your arms are forward, it's going to collapse. Keep it attached to your spine. Any others? Yep. Manjuke, mountain punch. So this one's weird because you're not straight up and down. You're at an angle. Your spine, your rear leg are at an angle together. But you're not leaning so far forward that you would come off. Okay? And again, this one still needs to be connected, so not way over. Some people actually punch past their brow. Zen is connected. If you do this, disconnected. So again, this one's a very hard one. I've only seen it in a tournament once, and when someone got very mad, they grabbed the person by the lapel and started punching him in the nose like that. I'm not sure that's the exact bunkai, but I have not seen that technique in itself. So again, you have to keep them connected. There's no way that person could punch if their arm was up here. Again, connected. Okay, so again, even though it's above, still keep it connected. This one, even though it's below, still keep it connected. Any other double hand techniques? I can't see that. You're light. Turn 90 degrees. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a double draw hand, not necessary, I think. Yeah. So we have this one. This is actually a technique in Jiu-Jitsu. It's called U-punch, a wasezuke, up and down. So obviously, this is a regular, very high shoot-on punch. This is a very low shoot-on punch. So, and they're both the same distance. It's not like this. So that's another one. Again, can't lean in. The other one I was thinking of is from Shin-Tai, where both hands go up. You cannot have your shoulders go up. You'll be disconnected. So the idea is, you drop down, even your shoulders drop down. Okay. So I think most of you got most of them. The other one I can think of, but it's actually a bad example, is hand gedan. This one's clear, but this one, that's really weird with your elbow above. Okay. And for considering that hand gedan used to be the first kata, it's really hard to explain this. But the way I like to explain to people is not up as much as over and out. So some people will feel like, oh, I'm rising, and then they'll disconnect. But if you think I'm going to punch across my head, just like Yamazuki, you keep that connection a little better. Okay. I would hate to just, if I put my arm up like this and expect to block something and have my shoulder collapse on me. So you still want to keep it connected. So instead of thinking up, think out. So you have this connection. Your back will be connected if you do that. So again, so today's class again was shoulder mechanics, but really it's a cheap way of saying hikate, or what the hikate is, in other words, what the other half of your spine's doing, and one hand's attacking or blocking. Okay. So again, have that feeling when you're throwing a technique, you're trying to tie the other half of your body to increase the stopping power of the technique. You're adding weight into that technique by literally throwing your weight into it. Not just the front half of your body, but also the back half. It's a backstop. So when you hit something, you don't recoil back. If you ever hit a bag, you can very well know if you hit with a loose elbow, a loose arm, you're gonna bounce off. You hit with a loose stance, you're gonna bounce off. When you tighten up and hit that bag with your whole weight, then the bag moves. So again, when you're hitting someone, you're hitting a bag. Okay, so thank you very much. I will try to do class on Tuesdays. So let's go ahead and bow out. Thank you. Okay, so now. Makso. Makso yame. Dojo-kun. Seek perfection of character. Be faithful. Endeavor. Respect others. Refrain from violent behavior. Shomani. Hey. Hey. Yes.